Posh law is one that kind of an act which was born on ground, not in the legal courtroom. So my top myth that I always come across is it only happens to women. ऐसा नहीं है. Or in few years, my daughter will safely go and work, with an happy environment. I want that कि हम वो कर पाए हमारे बच्चों के लिए. My personal favorite, I'll put this on. This is actually my personal favorite. She's overreacting. It was just a joke.
हेलो, नमस्ते, वेलकम, सुस्वागतम, जय हिंद। स्वागत है आपका आज के इस एक्सपर्ट टॉक शो एपिसोड नंबर 154 में। आई एम श्योर दिस विल बी एन इंटरेस्टिंग पॉडकास्ट बिकॉज विल बी डिस्कसिंग ऑन पॉश एक्ट। व्हाट इज पॉश एक्ट, व्हाट आर द लीगलिटीज, क्या होता है, किसको इसका बेनिफिट मिल सकता है, क्या इन एंड आउट से, क्या इसके प्रोस है, कौन से, ये सब चीज़ों पे डिटेल में डिस्कशन होने वाला है। सो स्टे टिल द एंड। Ms. Tina Jain will be joining us soon, and we'll be discussing on the POSH Act, Beyond Boundaries, the POSH Dialogue, where legal meets real life. So follow me on LinkedIn, subscribe my YouTube channel, Vipul the Wonderful. Don't forget to press the bell icon to get our regular updates. Having, we'll be releasing podcast on every Friday. So जुड़े रहिए हमसे and stay connected, follow us and get the best out of it. So let us invite our expert of the day. Hey Tina, welcome on the show.
Hello, Vipulji.
Thank
Thank
you
you so
for
much. Thank you so much. Thrilled to be a part of this show.
pleasure is ours, and thank you for accepting our invitation and joining on this expert talk show. And I'm sure topic is very interesting and काफी काफी इंसाइटफुल रहेगा, काफी ये टॉपिक से लोगों को काफी कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा. So I'm thrilled to get into the discussion, but before that would love to know more about you. So before we jump into the topic, please tell me more about you and your life journey to begin with.
So, as you said, I am a cost trainer and I'm also an advisor. So, compliance advice we give to all the organizations where POSH is applicable. So, this is one part of me. Other part is I'm very passionate mom since today's Mother's Day. Also, we are shooting it on today. So, after a lot of time in my family life, then I was at this the juncture where I had to choose. So when I was choosing slowly and steadily after trying and erroring a lot of things, I was very clear that I want to be in communication field, and mentoring is my calling. It happened so that I went into a profession, and वहाँ पे जब मैंने पॉश की ट्रेनिंग ली, मैं जीरो थी, ब्लैंक थी, मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आया what was it. And slowly and steadily, when I went into the corporate culture, I understood it is actually the need of the hour, as you said. But the seriousness around it is not there. We don't understand what the law is, what our rights are, what are the duties also, not only rights, and what are the rights, duties of the employer or the organization, the managers, the HRs. So it actually became a cause which is very dear to my heart now. So here I am to speak with you on POSH, not only the seriousness of the topic, but with a lot of heart also.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, and would love to get into the discussion. So let us start with the very first question. Can you briefly explain what the POSH Act is and why it was introduced in India?
So, by the definition, POSH Act is prevention of sexual harassment of women at workplace. So, together with that, it is not only prevention, it is prohibition and redressal. We do everything under the POSH Act.
Right.
uh, Here, uh, the base of this law was laid down by Vishaka guidelines, which the Supreme Court had adopted in 1997. So, what is Vishaka guidelines? It is very important to understand the genesis of it. So, the genesis goes way back. So, there was one female called Bhauri Devi. She was a social worker. She was employed by the government of Rajasthan to stop the practice of child marriage, and other women and child related taboos which were happening in Rajasthan. During her course of work, she went and opposed child marriage, and due to that, she had to face severe sexual harassment from the people whom she. What happened was beyond imagination. Uh, this lady who had to go through so much, she went and asked for help from her employer, which was state government of Rajasthan, and everyone else, but nobody could give her any kind of support. And that was the time when everyone understood that we have wronged a person. She was wronged on multiple levels, not only from her employer, from the government of India, from all of us together. So this Vishaka guideline, Vishaka was an organization that came together and fought for Bhavri Devi, and that became the basis of POSH Act, which we are, applying right now. So Vishaka guideline came in 1997, and the law was passed in 2000. So this is the state.
Okay.
It took such a
Okay.
long time, you know, to construct this law on the blueprints of Vishaka guidelines. So, but saying so,
Okay.
today also, whenever we talk about POSH law, is with the Vishaka guidelines. Right? POSH law is one that kind of a act which was born on ground, not in the legal courtrooms, because it was based on what actually was happening on ground level. So इसके लिए वो विशाखा guidelines becomes very important, because ground level पे
Very
जो
true.
हो रहा है legality में we may be able to not fully accommodate it. That is the reason.
Yeah, so that was well explained. And the next question is, many organizations know about the internal committee, which is known as IC, but what are some lesser known responsibilities that tend to overlook while considering this POSH Act?
Let me take it in a little humorous way. विद आईसी कमिटीज ये ऐसे हो गया है कि हमने फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर लाके अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में रख दिया है, लेकिन नो वन ऑफ अस नो हाउ टू यूज इट. So is it going to give us any protection, or is it going to help us in any way? I don't think so.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So IC committee, it is not only responsible to take up the investigation of the cases. One thing we need to clearly understand, because POSH law is not only about punishing the culprits, it is also about prohibition and prevention. तो जहाँ prohibition और prevention की बात आती है, IC committee is the important factor in any organization that will be able to bring that culture in the organization. जहाँ prevention की बात हो रही है, जहाँ prohibition की बात हो रही है. So that's and that is why they have a lot of wide variety of responsibilities. Like they are responsible of training the employees properly, so that they understand what are their rights and responsibilities under POSH Act, recommending safety measures to the organization, कि if they are seeing any dark spots in the organization, कि यहाँ पे there are chances कि कुछ mishap हो सकता है, to bring that things in the notice, or you may say bring in unanimous feedback surveys with the employees, so that they are carefree, or they don't fear about the trueness of what they are sharing with their organization. Then beyond that, compliance issues, there are the compliance things, responsibilities are a lot with the IC members. They are responsible for filing all the reports, and not only internal annual reports, but also to the district officer. It is their under their responsibility, making a proper filing of the investigation. When they are taking up the cases, they act as a judiciary court. So taking the whatever investigation is coming, the witnesses, and then their proofs, whatever are coming, documenting them properly, maintaining the timelines, because POSH law is very strict on maintaining the timelines of the inquiry, so that the trauma is not much on the person who's actually going through this. Isliye they are very strict on timelines. So all this comes under the responsibilities of IC committee.
In your experience, what are the most common myths or misconceptions people have about what qualifies as a sexual harassment at the workplace?
राइट। आपने मेरी स्माइल देखी होगी, बहुत बड़ी सी हो गई है बिकॉज इतने मिथ है अराउंड पॉश एक्ट्स, यू नो इट इज समटाइम्स रियली रियली मतलब मुझे ऐसे लगता है वेर आर वी आफ्टर सो मेनी इयर्स ऑफ पॉश एक्ट ऑल्सो, द मिथ्स आर जस्ट नॉट रेडी टू गो. So my top myth that I always come across is it only happens to women. ऐसा नहीं है. Even lot of men go through sexual harassment, which we actually forget to address also. ठीक है, the law is only for women. Under the law only the women are being covered. But trust me, ऐसा नहीं है कि only women go through. So many organizations these days, they are adopting a gender neutral policies to set up an example. The other genders would not be covered under POSH Act, but yes, the organization will internally handle the issues where the other genders are concerned. And second clause is, unless it is physical, it is not an harassment. No, it's again not like that. Even verbal, even showing something which is abusive or something which is not appropriate to a female, passing lewd comments, talking anything which makes the women uncomfortable but has a sexual connotation to it. This all comes under sexual harassment, not only physical harassment. My personal favorite, I'll put this on. This is actually my personal favorite. She's overreacting. It was just a joke. Nobody overreacts on a joke. If there is something in it, then only there is a reaction. So जब workplace के banter में ऐसे कहा जाता है ना कि no offense, don't mind. So when this is said, it is probably actually offensive. So we need to understand this fine line.
True. When someone says that don't take it otherwise, that means ki there is something which you should be taking it the otherwise. But yeah, you said it very rightly.
Yeah. I want to add one more because this is very important. Because POSH, we always look at prevention and educating more than punishing. So लोगों को ऐसे लगता है false complaints बहुत होती हैं. But in fact, only 2% complaints are false complaints. So we need to we need to be carefree about this notion also कि false complaints हमारे विरुद्ध आ रही, ऐसा नहीं है. There are sometimes what happens is the understanding is different. Maybe सामने वाला जब कुछ कर रहा है, the intention is not wrong, but how I perceive becomes sexually harassing for me. So this can be mutually spoken to and amicably इसको resolve किया जा सकता है. But not that they are false complaints. No, they are not.
Very true. And as you rightly said कि जब पॉश की बात आती है और जब सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट की बात आती है तो ओनली फीमेल जेंडर इज कंसिडर्ड, द अदर पार्ट, द अदर जेंडर इज इग्नोर्ड, बट इट इज नॉट दैट, इट इज नॉट एक्चुअली दैट. इवन द थर्ड जेंडर, उनको भी ये चीज से सफर होना होता होगा, बट हम उनको ओवरलुक करते हैं, विच इज नॉट द एक्चुअल केस. सो बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हो गए, बड़े इंस्टीट्यूट्स हो गए, उनके वहाँ पे तो एक पूरा ये का आईसी होता है, पूरा स्ट्रक्चर होता है, बिकॉज बाय लॉ दे नीड टू फॉलो इट. दे हैव कंप्लायंस का एक फैक्टर आ जाता है, तो वो वहाँ पे तो ये चीज को फॉलो करते हैं. कितना इफेक्टिव है दैट्स अ मैटर ऑफ क्वेश्चन, बट बॉडी तो होता ही है, पूरा स्ट्रक्चर तो होता ही है. बट when it comes to small businesses, startups, where there are fewer than 10 employees, so how they can ensure that this compliance is with the POSH Act are being complied, or when there is no IC, what is the valid excuses they can have, or how they can handle it, or what is the law for it?
So let me come to the base of this question, Vipulji. See, when POSH Act is concerned, it is all about mindset. This is what I feel. एक organization, they might be ticking the compliance box कि yes, I have an IC committee and जो भी मेरे poster displays and all है, वो सारा compliance मैंने कर दिया है, annual report में डाल रहा हूँ. But the culture, silently says, चुप रहो, don't speak up. Then what is the use of it? Are we, if we are not giving that much liberty or that much security to the person who's coming with a complaint, that you will be protected, there will be no retaliation towards you, then there is no point. And similarly, when it comes to the startups where there is no IC committee, yet if they want that, they want to adopt that culture of no tolerance, and they want to give that the space of dignity and safety to their employees, they can do it by promoting the culture. And जहाँ तक compliance की बात है कि IC committee नहीं है, who's going to handle the cases? For the organization who has less than 10 employees, there is a local committee जो हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में बनाई गई है, आपका कंप्लेन वो लोग हैंडल करेंगे. So if there is any case in the organizations where the employees are less than 10, they go to the LC committee with their complaint, and the LC committee looks into the complaint, does the investigation, and then they give you all the remedial structure, whatever is required. So mindset shift is important. First, we need to understand that, yes, as an organization or as an owner of an organization or maybe the manager of the team, what culture I want to build. I hope this answers.
Yeah, well answered. That's the perfect answer. And in fact, we were also discussing that, we often focus on a woman complaint, woman as a complaint, but the question is, how does the law approach the cases involving man or LGBTQ plus individuals, or gender non-conforming persons? Is it inclusive enough, or how it is?
So POSH law is not inclusive. A POSH law is specifically for women. But then when the organization decides to become an gender inclusive organization, so that time their HR department or their a separate committee is made who looks into the complaints of other genders other than the women gender. What I mean to say, in my POSH career, I've seen many companies. In fact, most of the companies these days, they want to be gender inclusive. They are not leaving out gender. I mean, they are very clear. It is no tolerance policy. So whereby any gender, it doesn't welcome there. See, nowadays what has happened, since we women are now coming into managerial role or the higher roles in a prominent numbers now. So यहाँ पे भी पावर डायनामिक्स चेंज हो रहे हैं अब. So जब लॉ बना था वो डायनामिक्स अलग थी, बट अब जब पावर डायनामिक्स चेंज हो रहे हैं, सो क्विड प्रो के जो केसेस है कि आप I give you something, you give me something in return. So ये जो power dynamics के जो cases है POSH law के, those are increasing. So nowadays company are genuinely adopting gender neutral policy.
And yeah, when we believe in gender equality, then it should be equal for everyone. That is what I believe. So that's a good part of it. So how can leaders and HR teams move beyond the ticking the compliance box, and build a truly safe and respectful workplace culture?
So here, some few things are at the base of this. See, any time when you want to explain something to anyone, I feel storytelling is the biggest tool. The HR, the managers, the CEO, they have to lead by examples. They have to come up with stories which will inculcate that safe atmosphere between their employees and give them that empowerment that any complaint which is being forward will be treated with compassion. Compassion becomes the backbone of any POSH policy or POSH adaptation of a company. कई बार ऐसा होता है, most of the time it happens that क्या when a woman complains, the eyes change, the tone changes, the tone towards her, it changes. So that all things, the minor things that are there, that needs to be addressed right at the base. जब कहीं दिखा तभी address करो. And the vigilance part which is there from managers or HR. See, I feel a complaint coming to a HR is also dodging one step. Her manager is there. If a manager is seeing any small power tiff between their team members, or they're feeling that something is going off when somebody is speaking, or the output of somebody is not up to the mark of their potential. So these all subtle signs which are visible, they needs to be picked up, and that is the way the culture is built, I feel. And as I said, there has to be if the organization has that space to do it, like a 1 week of posh awareness whereby small little games are played every day, a small quiz taken, a survey given. Now these all things are very important, because what happens is, I've seen this, I've gone through this. पोहॉश का ट्रेनिंग मिल गया, हो गया, बट एक्चुअली उसको समझ पाना कि क्या है क्या नहीं है, नो व्हाट कॉन्स्टिट्यूट्स एज अ सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट एंड व्हाट इज वर्क प्लेस हैरेसमेंट, दैट ऑल थिंग्स बिकम्स वेरी वेरी चैलेंजिंग. और फिर डर क्या लगता है, कहीं मैं ओवर रिएक्ट तो नहीं कर रही हूँ, you know, am I overreacting, it was just a simple casual comment or not. When my training is as such that they understand the base of the law, the base of what sexual harassment is, what is the definition of it, what is the definition of workplace, तब वो जाके वो हिम्मत उनको मिलेगी कि they are going on the right path. And if they're complaining, that complaint, suppose say I say I am mistaken, that complaint is not under sexual harassment, but I will be treated with respect and dignity. My confidentiality will be maintained, which is
Right.
again a very, very big thing. Many cases have been squashed by Supreme Court because the confidentiality was breached, not only for the complainant, for also for the respondent. So all these things matters, and the culture is brought by the managers, the HRs, and the stakeholders, I feel.
True, true. So it goes from top to bottom. So, जो लीडरशिप टीम एग्जाम्पल सेट्स करेगी, वैसे ही पूरा कल्चर एंड पूरा एस्टेब्लिश होगा. That's
So
true.
right now, I met this person who was a head of the company, and I mean, generally he doesn't sit in all those kind of meeting, but somehow he was so clear that before me proposing the Posh Act, he was like, "I want Posh Act." So this is the kind of flow that happens when genuinely somebody believes in the cause. And the difference, the culture of the organization. I was so amazed to look at the culture of that organization. I was feeling so good. It was like I can be a part of this organization. It is like that.
Wow, that's amazing. Great. So, what role does documentation and policy visibility play in preventing as well as managing the workplace harassment cases?
Again. So, sir, I'm going to gift you a nice drone, very beautiful, very effective drone, जो आप पाकिस्तान तक भी भेज सकते हो. But I haven't given you a manual how to do that, how to assemble that. I haven't given you the manual. How are you supposed to do that now? Tell me. So this is
It's like a clueless. It's like a puzzle,
it's it doesn't help. You have made an IC committee, you have adopted a policy, but the employees never got to see the policy. They never knew who are on the IC team. जब मेरे को एक कंप्लेन करनी है, तो विच इज द ईमेल एड्रेस आई हैव टू सेंड माय कंप्लेन टू, और हु आर द आईसी मेंबर्स, और उनके फोन नंबर्स या उनके ईमेल एड्रेसेस क्या है, हाउ डू आई गेट इन टच विद देम. दीज बेसिक थिंग्स, ट्रस्ट मी विपुल जी, इतने ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में होता है, आई कांट टेल यू. So that is it. That is it. We are just doing it for the compliance, but do we really want to do that? That is what we have to think about. And other than that, about documentation, see, there are a lot of documentation involved in POSH Act, whereby, जैसे मैंने आपको reports का बताया था, there has to be a proper report submitted to the district officer. The director of the company has to write about their POSH activities, like कितने उन्होंने अपने organization में training करवाई है. So employees का per year at least one is compulsory. ICJ committee का capacity building training होता है, so that we make them understand how to handle the cases. So twice a year वो होना चाहिए. So all these things the directors has to include it in their annual reports, like how many cases came. The details of the cases are not required since it is confidentiality, we don't disclose that, but yes, everything comes there. Now, this is the compliance part about the reports and everything. But the major documentation comes while writing the reports when you're handling the cases. केस की एक लाइफ जर्नी है, वो लाइफ जर्नी को टू द टी फॉलो करना इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Supreme Court has quashed many cases where the procedures were not followed properly. I'll give you a small example. Just say in one of the cases, very famous cases, the respondent was not given an option to cross-examine the witness. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने पूरा केस को खारिज कर दिया कि because it was not followed. A day's delay, then the stipulated timeline. Only 1 day's delay, and the case was quashed. So ये सब चीजें बहुत important है. So these all documents, the proper, suppose I am interviewing any witness or the respondent, everything has to be documented as to what they have said if you are not recording. And all the procedures that had been followed with the dates, the timelines, everything has to be noted down. The communication plays very important part in communicating our policy and our measures, what we are taking collectively as an organization. Time to time अपने employees को ये बताना, इस topic को retouch करना, it's very important. So these all falls under the documentation. Plus जहाँ display का आपने बोला था, policies and your note, if you are adopted the no zero tolerance policy, all things needs to be displayed in a proper place जहाँ पे it is easily visible to anyone, not even your own employees, one step beyond, even the visitors, even the people who are coming as freelancers, because even they are included under POSH law. अगर कोई ट्रेनी है, अगर कोई आपके पास internship के लिए आ रहा है, even they are covered. So everybody should has the access to the policy and this general information.
Wow. So complete transparency and open, honest culture is required for to, maintain this law.
Absolutely.
So, what are some signs that an organization is just superficially compliant or just doing it for the sake of doing, versus a genuine, जो आपने अभी बताया, open, honest and transparently aligned with the spirit of this law, वो differentiate कैसे कर सकते हैं and how we can identify it?
Sir, when people say no, there is zero complaint in my organization, I always ask them the question. This zero compliance, is it because your people and the culture is as such that there is no sexual harassment which is prevalent in your company, or it is that dar factor, जहाँ पे nobody is coming forward and complaining? जहाँ आपने पॉश पॉलिसी तो बना दी है, बट वही आपने लोगों को, अपने एम्प्लॉइज को वो एम्पावरमेंट दी ही नहीं है कि दे कम फॉरवर्ड एंड टॉक अबाउट व्हाट हैज हैपेंड टू देम, राइट? एंड सिंपल थिंग्स, एम्प्लॉइज को ट्रेनिंग नहीं मिलना, यू नो, व्हेन अ न्यू एम्प्लॉय इज जॉइनिंग, हम उसको आइडिया ही नहीं दे रहे हैं कि हमारे पास आईसी कमेटी है या दिस एंड दिस इज देयर. यू नो, साल में एक बार ट्रेनिंग हो रही है, सो आई एम जॉइनिंग 6 months पोस्ट द ट्रेनिंग, मेरे 6 महीने तो विदाउट ट्रेनिंग जा ही रहे हैं. सो एम आई अवेयर ऑफ द कल्चर और द पावर डायनामिक्स इज एज सच कि आपको पता है कि एज सुन एज यू कंप्लेन द रिटेलिएशन विल हैपन, बिकॉज द प्रेसिडेंट केसेस आर एज सच. रिटेलिएशन को हमने हैंडल नहीं किया, हमने केसेस ले लिए, हमने केसेस को हैंडल कर लिया, बट व्हाट अबाउट द रिटेलिएशन? व्हाट अबाउट द मेंटल हेल्थ? बिकॉज अ पर्सन हु गोज थ्रू सो मच ट्रॉमा has gone through a psychological trauma. That support system, are we giving that support system in our organization? So that, but having said so, sir, मैं बहुत चीज़ें आपको बता रही हूँ जहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की ड्यूटी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, तो लोगों को डर भी लगता है मैंने
True.
ऐसे भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस देखे हैं जहाँ पे पीपल आर सेइंग कि हमने ऐसा कल्चर बिल्ड कर रखा है कि हमको पॉश लॉ की जरूरत नहीं है। ये डर फैक्टर है, कहीं ना कहीं कॉन्फिडेंस भी है, या ट्रू पीपल मेक दैट काइंड ऑफ एनवायरमेंट इन देयर प्लेस कि नहीं होते हैं वहां पे, ये भी सच है, नॉट दैट दैट दिस इज नॉट ट्रू। बट आज से जो नई पीढ़ी आ रही है, आपके पास ओल्ड एम्प्लॉयज है, या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज वेल ट्रेन्ड, ओके, बट टुडे व्हाट द न्यू जनरेशन इज कमिंग, स्पेशली द Gen Zs and all, they are not one of those who are going to keep quiet. They are not. They take up issues, they have that strength in them to take up the issues. How are you going to handle those then? सिर्फ टिक बॉक्सेस करने से आप नहीं कर पाओगे, कल्चर बिल्ड करने से ही होगा।
Very true. Very well said. So, can you share an example or a case study? Uh, you know, you can name it or anonymous is also okay for us. But that shows how proper uh, एक प्रॉपर तरीके से इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हुआ वो पॉश एक्ट का एंड विच लेड टू अ पॉजिटिव शिफ्ट इन दी वर्क प्लेस कल्चर.
सर आई नो सो मेनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस जहाँ पे कंप्लेन की नौबत ही नहीं आई है। द रीजन बीइंग द हैंडलिंग हैज बीन इन सच अ सेंसिटिव वे, दे टेक देयर पॉलिसीज सो स्ट्रांगली that when something of that sort happens, per se say like I say a small joke जहाँ पे just that today you're looking so beautiful that आप तो करीना कपूर को भी मात दे दोगे, you know it is just that. Now it is just the understanding of the thing that what is okay with whom. I'll tell you my example. When I was working, so there was this one gentleman, मुझे पॉश का आइडिया नहीं था, ब्लैंक थी मैं, एब्सोल्यूट ब्लैंक. So this one gentleman, he used to every day, like not every day, whenever, he used to say, "Ma'am, can I give you a compliment?" I was like, huh? I said, okay. So he used to always ask me before giving a compliment. But now when I think it in the retrospect, he's doing such a perfect thing. राइट ही एज वी आर ऑल ह्यूमंस, हम साथ में जब काम कर रहे हैं, जिंदगी के एवरी डे के हम 10-12 घंटे एक साथ बिता रहे हैं, इट वी कैन नॉट वर्क इन ब्लैक एंड वाइट, कि जहाँ पे देयर इज नो फन, वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग टू ईच अदर और वी आर नॉट अप्रिशिएटिंग पीपल, दैट वोंट हैपन, राइट? ऐसा होना भी नहीं चाहिए, बिकॉज दैट विल टेक अवे द लाइफ फ्रॉम द वर्क प्लेसेस. That should not happen. But this kind of attitude from that gentleman asking me, he made me comfortable, and I knew what is his intention now, because as simple as that, छोटी सी चीज है, it is not even a big thing. But these kind of small things, if we try and bring it up in our team building sessions, making them understand what comfort is, how discomfort looks like, कब मेरे चेहरे का भाव बदल रहा है, सामने वाले को समझ आना चाहिए वो चीज. ये सब चीज कब पॉसिबल होंगी? when there is a sensitive and sensible practical training happening. ये सब कुछ अवॉइडेबल है. The bigger cases, the bigger blowouts, everything is avoidable when people understand how to talk, behave, or exchange their emotions and thoughts. It becomes very simple.
If you had the power to amend one thing in the POSH Act or its implementation framework, तो वो चीज़ क्या होगी?
So, sir, if changing POSH Act में, I would always make it a gender inclusive, because I'm a true believer. मतलब for me it is a reverse thing. I am not saying that women are any less. इसलिए मुझे चाहिए कि वो एक gender neutral policy हो. It's better for everyone. The work culture, the place, the fear factor will go away when it is gender neutral. एंड आई फील विमेन का भी ट्रू एम्पावरमेंट तभी हो सकता है जब हम उनको जेंडर न्यूट्रल ट्रीट करें. सो इट्स बोथ वे फॉर मी इन दैट. एंड कंप्लायंस पार्ट का जब आप बोलते हैं, आई हैव सीन पॉश पॉलिसीज, बेस्ट ऑफ पॉश पॉलिसीज, बेस्ट ऑफ कल्चर्स गोइंग फॉर अ टॉस if the trainings are not good. Trainings are very very important and integral part. एक person जो cluelessly enter कर रहा है आपकी ट्रेनिंग में, अगर आपकी ट्रेनिंग में वो बैठकर एक शब्द भी समझ नहीं पा रहा है, और they are not able to relate to what you're saying, or they are not able to come out of their shell and share their own experiences, there is no training happening. We are just again ticking the compliance box, because only training can prevent the things. Training is the key thing there.
Yeah, learning is the key. You need to keep upgrading, keep training. That is the key. So that is true. So how often should organizations conduct post training, and what makes this training truly effective rather than just a routine?
So, according to the law, once a year is compulsory, but I would always prefer twice, because आजकल employee rotation is very high. So it is very important. IC committee का तो training twice a year it is compulsory, because उनका capacity building करना होता है, because they need to investigate the cases. So, about the effectiveness of the training, now, since the workforce is getting younger and younger day by day, it is very important to bring up experimental training. जहाँ पे we are showing them videos that whereby we are giving them case studies and asking them to join in the conversation, ask questions, because जब मैं case study दूंगी, if they are not able to understand or if they are not able to crack the case study, they will engage with me. When the engagement happens, the true learning happens. That's what is my take here. तो इन्वॉल्वमेंट होते ही एक छोटा सा भी अगर क्वेरी उनके दिमाग में रह गया है लिंगरिंग, दे विल आस्क। वो कंफर्ट मुझे देना होगा, दैट पॉश का डरावनापन नहीं होना चाहिए कि पॉश इज अ टैबू, कि कुछ गलत है ये। नो, इट्स एन एम्पावरमेंट, नॉट ओनली फॉर women, even for men. I've seen men who are so strong enough, they stand beside their women colleagues in the tough times, and they are the ones coming and reporting about, incidences. And they are supporting them throughout the processes. So all these things are happening, and this is what we want to promote as POSH. That's the root, I mean, that is the act: prevention, prohibition, and redress.
बिल्कुल सही बताया कि हाउ इट कैन बी effectively implemented. So what are the psychological and emotional nuances a posh trainer or IC member should be aware of while handling compliance?
Right. So with the IC committee, I'll tell, as I told you, the timeline or the life cycle of an inquiry is very important. So that those nuisances they will have to, effectively address. Other than that, आजकल क्या होता है? People have become so smart. So when a complaint is coming, इतने तरीके से जो हम मूवीज में देखते हैं ना कि कोर्ट में केसेस चल रहे हैं, दलीलें पे दलीलें, ये सबूत वो सबूत, all these things are actually happening. So when IC कमेटी का हम ट्रेनिंग बोलते हैं that capacity building करनी है हमें, so this is the capacity building we have to do. Actually, how to take up the witnesses, talk to the respondents, talk to the complainant. Complainant की situation ऐसी होती है, some of them are into such a trauma state that the line of questioning has to be from deep empathy, of deep understanding, और उनको वो comfort zone देना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. Okay, now this is again from the complainant's point of view. From respondent's point of view, I cannot be biased, right? Because I am handling this as a law, as a, I mean, I have the power of a judicial code, so I cannot be biased. I can't afford that. So I have to handle each and every inquiry with an open mind, with taking judgments on the basis of the proofs, the witnesses, what have been submitted, according to the environment from where it is coming. Because कई जगह ऐसे होता है, there are no, no witnesses or proofs available. But that doesn't mean that sexual harassment has not happened. So now, Supreme Court has passed these kind of judgments जहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं था, ना कोई गवाह है, ना proof है. But that ability as a IC committee they must have to take those decisions, to understand what deeply went into the particular case, and each case has to be handled according to its merit. कहीं पे जोर आप strictly काम करोगे, but then when the complainants part come, at times they are just not ready to even sit in front of the respondent, because trauma इतना strong है. हम as IC committee, we have to be, छोटी सी example दे रही हूँ, we have to be sensible enough not to bring them आमने सामने. So these all things, there are multiple things that are important from psychological factor also, and from effectively handling the complaints also, both angles.
ओके।
तो ऐसा भी हुआ है कि सॉरी आई कट यू, ऐसा भी हुआ है कि केसेस हैंडल करते वक्त साइकोलॉजिकल सपोर्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले किए हैं कंप्लेनेंट्स एज वेल एज रेस्पोंडेंट्स के लिए.
Very true, very true. So, after this, we now consider the world before COVID and after COVID. So post COVID, hybrid and remote has become acceptable environment. So, in hybrid and remote work setups, what unique challenges does this POSH Act is facing, and how can companies adapt their policies accordingly?
So right. So now again we will have to go to the definition of the law. So definition में ही जब workplace को define किया गया है, even the virtual world has been included. So now when all these things happens on the virtual world, it is also covered, and it comes under sexual harassment. The nuisance are there because it's easy to get away, it's easy to manipulate the proofs that are there. The nuisance and the challenges are there, but जैसे technology is improving, we will have to adopt this, and we will also have to be tech savvy to mitigate to all these things. जैसे अभी रिसेंटली एक हुआ था, एक केस आया था जहाँ पे वो हो रहा था कि दिस रिस्पोंडेंट was sending multiple Instagram request. नाउ आईसी कमेटी के ऊपर में मतलब इंटरनली जब डिस्कशन हो रहा था, ये क्वेश्चन आया कि मल्टीपल रिक्वेस्ट कैसे भेज सकते हैं, अकाउंट तो एक ही है, तो मल्टीपल रिक्वेस्ट कैसे हो सकता है. नाउ इफ समबडी इज नॉट टेक savvy दे माइट नॉट नो, बट अ पर्सन हु इज टेक savvy मे नो दैट इंस्टाग्राम की आप वापस विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, रीसेंड कर सकते हैं. सो आई एम सेंडिंग इट मल्टीपल टाइम्स सो दैट वो नजर में आता रहे कि आई एम सेंडिंग यू अ रिक्वेस्ट. So it is the same. The world is evolving, and the IC committee also has to evolve with it to handle the workplace, the virtual work.
So well explained. You well explained कि location doesn't matter because nowadays ऐसा नहीं है कि remote, hybrid and office work सब कुछ है, तो anyone can complain. और आपने जो Instagram request वाला जो example दिया, that was absolutely on काफी समझ में आ सके उस तरह से आपने बताया. उसी तरीके से कोई फिशी मेल भी भेज सकता है, फिशी मैसेजेस भी भेज सकता है, इट कैन बी व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस, एसएमएस, काफ़ी कुछ तरीके से हो सकता है. तो ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं कि ऑफिस में ही ये चीज़ हो सकता है, रिमोटली भी आपको हरेसमेंट के केसेस आ सकते हैं. सो आपने इसके पहले के जो क्वेश्चंस में जो एक एग्जांपल दिया था कि काफ़ी बार मेल सपोर्टर्स भी ये एक्ट में काफ़ी पिवोटल रोल प्ले करते हैं. सो that's known as a bystanders. So what's the role of bystanders in preventing harassment, and should bystander intervention be part of post awareness program?
Yes, sir. It is a very important part. See what happens when a person goes through sexual harassment. They are in a shock state. They are in trauma state. कई बार होता है they are not able to respond, or even we say complain करनी चाहिए थी या नहीं बोलना चाहिए था. इतना तक भी होता है कि लोग होते हुए देख रहे हैं अपने साथ, but they are not able to take that stand कि don't do this or stop, I'm not liking it. So much of shock and fear is there. So that's where the onlookers or bylookers ke role it comes in. So when I say a bystander or a onlooker, that means if someone is sexually harassing me and a third person is looking at it, so that third person is a bystander or a onlooker who's not a party to this harassment. But what important role they can play? Of course, they cannot go and complain because the written complaint has to be filed by the complainant only. बट व्हाट हैपेंस जब ये बाय लुकर्स या ऑन लुकर्स या बाय स्टैंडर्स जाके अपने एचआर या आईसी कमेटी को दे मेक अवेयर ऑफ दिस काइंड ऑफ इंसिडेंट, द आईसी कमेटी can go forward, talk to the complainant and understand what the matter was. Give the proper support if the complaint filing is necessary, or if reconciliation is necessary, or if they need any psychological help also. So everywhere they can play a role. So where it started, it just started from that person who had that compassion to stand and not just look at what was happening. He took that that challenge, that I need to stop this. That's it. That is so simple. It's just one single simple kindness ka thought, but it helps a lot.
So,
And that is
so
how culture is built. This is what I'm talking about culture. जब हम एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, when we all know there is somebody supporting us, we are also strong enough and the perpetrators are vigilant enough.
ट्रू ट्रू एंड आपने एक चीज वो भी बताई थी कई बार लोग कंप्लेन करते नहीं है बिकॉज बिकॉज ऑफ द फियर ऑफ लूजिंग आउट और फियर ऑफ यू नो काफी बार आपके सीनियर्स होते हैं उनके ऊपर आपको कंप्लेन करना होता है, सो यू हैव अ फियर ऑफ लूजिंग आउट योर करियर या फैमिली प्रेशर या पीयर प्रेशर भी होता है, सो वो भी एक चीज होती है ऐसे टाइम पे दैट बाय स्टैंडर्ड्स प्ले अ पिवोटल रोल कि वो एक आपको सपोर्ट करते हैं, आपको एक मोरल सपोर्ट, आपको एक गाइडेंस इंस्पिरेशन मिलता है, सो दैट मेक्स अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस.
And
सो
sir, saying so, both the complainant and the bystander जो look कर रहा है, both will be covered under the law. So the law is
ओके,
very very strict and stringent on retaliation. Retaliation is अगर किसी ने कंप्लेन की और आपने उनके लिए हॉस्टाइल एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट कर दिया, या उनके प्रमोशन के ऊपर कुछ आपने वो किया, या फिर आप उनका व्हेन यू आर डूइंग देयर evaluation of their performance, if you're doing marking negatively without any reasons, this will be strictly taken care of. So law is very strict on retaliation as well.
oh, that's a good input in fact. So how can organization assess the effectiveness of their post policy? Are there any measurable indicators or audits that can be used or by the organization or even for by the outsiders?
Right. So number of cases will never be able to define that. Measurement. It has to come from evaluation, not from the numbers. This measurement here, when we're talking about Posh. So evaluation के लिए, as I said, surveys करना, unanimous surveys जहाँ पे we are sending feedback forms to our employees to understand, regular brainstorming sessions karna, that what can be improved, what are the things they actually feel that makes them unsafe, feel that unsafe environment in the workplaces. So these all small things, I feel just like simple a day dedicated to Posh, whereby we are just narrating our stories, maybe from this organization, other organization, उनके friends के साथ क्या हुआ है. So to bring out that courage to speak, okay, this all happens, and when this happens, when we complaints resolve भी होती है. So all these things, it is basically जैसे आप अपनी team building capacity करते हो, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन करता है, L&D हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन करता है. So this should be included there, because this creates a safe and psychologically a comfortable environment जहाँ पे productivity will always increase, because this is directly decreasing the power dynamics here, and उसकी वजह से the productivity will always increase. This is there. IC committee को regularly meet करना very important, at least we suggest 4 times a year, so that it's not that आपने policy बना दी and you're done. No, regular reviewing of the policy is important. According to your workplace, अगर हम देखते हैं कि 6 महीने चले गए, but we are seeing that there is a loophole, इसकी वजह से it is easy for anybody to do anything or get away from things. We need to change that. We need to incorporate that. So it's an ongoing process, as it is said. As Posh law is day by day becoming older, it is becoming more mature. So will our policy in the organization become mature, and from the experiences we have inside our organization.
Well explained. So that was amazing. We got to know so many things about the Posh Act, and your real life expertise and input has made it very clear. काफी कुछ समझने को, काफी कुछ सीखने को मिला. So thank you so much. Your final wordings, your final words, concluding notes, any example or any case study still you want to share with us, that will be a great, uh, you know, way to end this session. So, your final words, please.
Right. So, with for my final words, I'll say number one, why I became a posh trainer. When I went into an organization like a blank slate, I couldn't understand much. So that was a trigger point. Secondly, when I went into Posh slowly and steadily, I understood Posh Act is not just a legal compliance. It is beyond, way beyond that. And even the Supreme Court, the judicial system of India is taking a note of it. And the progressive thought process, what they're putting inside, will shape many beautiful workplaces whereby me or in few years my daughter will safely go and work, with an happy environment. I want that कि हम वो कर पाए हमारे बच्चों के लिए. So,
Sure.
just on an ending note, as you said, to quote any case, I will talk about this case that happened in Calcutta High Court not very long ahead, just 2020 or 2021, whereby our Supreme Court allowed a woman on women harassment case, and it concluded that it is also sexual harassment.
Great example or a case study to end this session with.
Right. So there's a lot what we can talk about, but yes, a brilliant session with you. Thank you, Vipulji.
Pleasure again. Pleasure was ours, and thank you once again for joining us and saying yes to our invitation and sparing your time and your valuable inputs and insights, which will help me personally and to many others who will watch this podcast, and they will also share it with their friends and family. So, काफी helpful रहेगा. So, with that note, thank you once again. Thank you for joining us, and wishing you the best, and looking forward to have you again on our expert talk show, जहाँ पे हम ये एक्ट के बारे में पैनल डिस्कशन या कोई और सेशन कभी कर सकते हैं. एंड दैट वाज अमेजिंग. थैंक यू सो मच once
It
again.
will be my pleasure. Thank you so
Yes, friends, so this was our 154th expert talk show, and I'm sure you would have got a lot of from this session, a detailed introduction or detailed discussion about POSH Act. So do share it with your network. Do share it with your friends and family. आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, आपके नेटवर्क में शेयर कीजिएगा, ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को ये एक्ट के बारे में पता चले, एंड दे विल टेक बेनिफिट ऑफ इट और उसको इम्प्लीमेंट रियल लाइफ में कर पाएंगे, तो जो ये लॉ एस्टैब्लिश हुआ है उसका पर्पस सॉल्व होगा. और ऐसे ही जुड़े रहिए हमसे. डू फॉलो अस, do subscribe this YouTube channel Vipul the Wonderful, and press the bell icon to get our regular updates. और बस ऐसे ही जुड़े रहिए हमसे. हम ऐसे ही आपको एवरी वीक ऐसे ही एक एक्सपर्ट को इनवाइट करेंगे, जो अपना नॉलेज, अपना एक्सपीरियंस हम सबके साथ शेयर करेंगे, which will help us in our personal and professional life. So stay tuned. Follow me on LinkedIn. This session was powered by Post Resume. So if you are looking for any help or any guidance, then you can follow us. You can visit our website. Website is shown here. So you can visit our website. You can connect with us if you're looking for any talent solutions for your organization, or if you're looking for any job assistance support, then you can connect with me. I'll be happy to help you. And बस ऐसे ही मिलते रहेंगे. See you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.